Hi guys, I am back with week number 35 of my Project Life 2016, and this week what I am doing is I decided to really utilize my stamps for this layout, and it is a pretty quick layout. What I did was I took some stamps from my stash and I took some black VersaFine ink and I just stamped a whole bunch of stuff. Basically anything that I thought might go on the layout, and then I fussy cut all the images, and basically I'm just sticking all of that down on these cards. So I did it all in black ink so it was all consistent. And it really got me to use these stamps. I find it hard sometimes to use the stamps just kind of as I'm doing my layout. So I thought this would be something different where I could go through and just stamp a bunch, cut them all out, and then just throw them on the page. And I really like how it looks. I like the graphic nature of how the layout turned out with the black. It was just really cool, some cool pops of black on the layout. And I'm using a very simple Project Life core kit. I don't remember off the top of my head which core kit this was, but it was one of the first ones that Becky Higgins came out with. I've had it in my stash for quite some time, and I thought the graphic nature of the kit and kind of the simplistic nature of the kit went really well with these big, bold, stamped images. So that's kind of what I did. Like I said, this was a really quick layout. Most of the time it took me to stamp all the images out on the white cardstock and fussy cut them out, but I actually really enjoy that process, so it didn't bother me at all. But if you're looking for ways to use your stamps, this might be something good to do, is where you just take a bunch one day and then sit in front of the TV, fussy cut them all out, and then just glue them all to the cards and the layout. And I just really had enjoyed it. I can't really tell you how much I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, because like I said, I really like the fussy cut, and stamping, I don't know, it's very satisfying. It's just, I don't know, it's hard for me to think about using the stamps as I'm going, but if I just did the stamping all up, then that's great. Also, what I've done too is I'll just stamp a bunch of images in all different colors on white cardstock, cut them out, and then put them in my color coordinated or color organized embellishment cases. And then when I'm doing a layout, if I'm looking for something that's pink, then I'll have some stamped images that are pink. And that's kind of how I get to use my stamps. And then they just don't sit in my stash, because that was what was happening before. Most of the stamps were just kind of sitting in the stash, not getting used. And I think a lot of you guys are in the same situation. So I highly recommend doing some of those things. Like I said, either finding a layout and stamping them all in black so that will go with anything, or just stamping a whole bunch of different stamps in a whole bunch of different colors, throwing them in your stash, and then when you're picking things out for your layouts, just picking and choosing which ones will work best based on color, if that's kind of how you think. And then you have those handmade embellishments, so your stuff looks a little different than everybody else's. And you can also make them even more interesting by taking the stamped images and combining them with other embellishments and making embellishment clusters that are pre-made and ready to go when your layouts are ready and up and wanting to decorate. So that's basically all I'm doing. Like I said, I just fussy cut these out. I'm gluing them down. I'm using some liquid glue, I think, for pretty much all of these. And that's pretty much this layout. It's a very quick layout. This made this process go very fast. So if you're behind, but you also really want to embellish your card, this is another way to get your pages done pretty quickly. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. There's going to be a bunch of pictures at the end so you guys can see some close-ups of the cards that I made. If you have any questions about anything, please leave those below. If you have questions about the stamp sets I use, I should be able to find out which stamp sets they are and get back with you. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber, and I will see you and talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.